United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Who moved the giant flag? I was dealing with the IT issue.
Thank you for coming up with one and where's the flag? First item of business is approval of the May 1st business session.
Motion to approve.
Is there a
Is time
second?
out? What time out?
Here's tablet.
Oh.
How do you turn it on, Joe?
Hold the button on top, press it and hold.
I got it on, I got it.
Okay. You got it? Okay, I got it. Here. Oh, I'll give you two.
Like I say, the only time I ever have.
Never mind, I think.
I told him not to have.
I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
Boy, this meeting's kind of weird.
All we need is a popcorn machine and carnival music.
You didn't even turn on a tablet. It's good.
I told him to get that time out. You guys running?
Yeah.
We have a motion and a second.
What was it?
For the minutes, last minutes.
Didn't hear you.
Motion to approve the last minutes.
Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
What Joe said. All right. Next up, approval of the bills list.
Move to pay the bills.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, next up, public comments.
Go ahead.
You go first. We'll use
You gotta go up and tell your name.
I will. Do I have to go up?
Yep.
Gotta talk loud.
I can talk loud, believe me. I'm a school lunch lady, I know how to talk loud. I'm Dana Tadlock, I live at 406 South Osage, and I'm one of the 200 plus unfortunate people that have a water meter that is faulty and unfixable. By unfixable, I don't mean it can't be fixed, it's just nobody knows how to fix it, is what I've been told. Since July of last year, my bill has been estimated. I normally have about a $60 to $70 bill. In April, I got a $335 bill. That's a 500% increase. And I went, whoa. So I called Casey. She looked into it. They came and read the meter. The meter was correct. However, because I had used so much water, quote unquote, I was at tier 4. She talked to someone, I don't remember who she said. I was moved down to a tier 2 amount, which took the bill down to $187. Okay, if I owe the money, I'm gonna pay it. This month, and I asked her, I said, is this going to be fixed for this coming month? She assured me that she would work on it. I get my bill this month and it's $150 instead of the 60 or 70. I called again and she said, yes, it was estimated again. So this has been since July of last year that this has been estimated and ongoing. So there is definitely something wrong with these meters. They're saying the batteries are going out, they can't be read, that whatever is being sent to someplace to read the meter is not going through. I understand that the people that were trained how to work on it no longer work for the city and that nobody knows how to fix it. So I have a couple other questions on this. I don't understand the tier. If you use less than 2,000 gallons, you pay $5.86 per 100 or 1,000. If you use 201 to 5,000, you're in tier 2 and you pay $9.15. Tier 3 is 5,001 to 8,000 and it's $10.45. And tier 4 is 8,001 plus and it's $11.15. Does the city charge us different rates per gallon? How do they come up with these numbers? And then on my bill itself, on this printout, it says occupant and then it's got 10. I don't know what that code means. I'd like to know what that code means.
What does it say? I'm sorry.
10 occupant. Occupant, 10.
That's a code saying
That tier system.
meter's not located correctly.
Oh, okay.
It's an L2, I think that's battery maybe.
Okay, right. And that's what Casey had told me, that the batteries are going dead in these so quickly.
Not
and then
quickly, I mean, they have.
They're not reading.
Yeah. We had a 10-year warranty on them. The problem is when we did the whole system,
Mhm.
hindsight being 50/50, we did the whole system all at one time.
Okay.
And now all of the batteries are malfunctioning at one
Okay.
time. They're coming underneath warranties. We got the batteries at the shop, but now the problem is the handheld, the tablet that we got that would program these meters
Mhm.
is not working properly.
Okay,
And so they cannot go out and fix these meters yet. I had a meeting with Blue Springs Windwater, who we bought the system from.
okay.
Had a meeting Tuesday with them.
Mhm.
And we're gonna have another meeting next week with one of the manufacturer's representatives.
Okay.
And we are gonna get these meters fixed.
Okay,
What I suggested to the mayor is we're gonna hire 2 crews coming in from Center that actually train, these are the crews that work for the
Mhm.
Center.
Mhm.
They're gonna train my 2 new guys, like I said, we do got 2 new guys.
Right.
They're gonna train those 2 new guys, and they're gonna be here for as long as it takes to get all these 161 meters working.
okay,
When they leave, they should be back in shape, and then they'll give my 2 new guys experience, hand-on experience, on getting these meters fixed. And then I had instructed my water guy that from now on, every day, I want him to check the map, because we got a map that comes up.
Uh-huh.
It tells what meters are not working.
right,
If he sees one red dot that day, he needs to go investigate why
right, because,
it's not meeting.
yeah, that was one of the things, this has been since July, and
Yeah.
nobody came and read, so that was one of my other concerns. But what are the tiers for?
That's just the way that we had it set up. The more you use, it was actually did to help the, elderly people and stuff like that. So the more water you use, the higher you're gonna pay.
Okay, because I was wondering how.
And that's why when she bought you ours,
Yeah,
when she bought me, I said, yeah, take it down to the lowest tier.
right,
And
right,
that way, because,
right. Yeah, because that, yeah, I was a
So,
little bit
yeah.
shocked when I got a 5% increase on my water bill. What?
So, like I said, yeah, the more,
All right.
so like the big use, like the restaurants, the car washes and stuff,
Okay.
they're gonna pay more, because they put more on our system.
Okay, okay, that makes sense to me then. Okay, thank you very much. I'm done.
All right,
Your turn.
committee reports.
Wait a minute, we have another client.
Now, I'll take one tonight.
2 of them tonight. Yeah, right. The Buckner Chamber of Commerce has been doing really good.
How are you, sir? And what do you do?
Oh, dang it. Tony Miles, President,
There
Buckner
you
Chamber
go.
of Commerce. No, the chamber has really been doing good, getting a lot of more attendance than what we used to, and it's been having some good meetings. The city's been active with it, police department, we have several businesses that are really good at being there. Coming to you tonight to ask if we could use this hall to have our business meetings in and our luncheons in whenever we don't go to the restaurant. We have lunch catered in monthly, and if we can use this facility, we would like to call this the home of the Buckner Chamber, which kind of makes sense, being in the city hall. So just kind of asking if you all would be open to that and what we could do to make something like that happen.
Can we put that on the agenda for next meeting?
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
What was that to sponsor that?
That's what I said, my thought would be as long as the city's a member, because we don't want it to be, friends of the clan or something, we want to start meeting
Right.
here and we have to let them because
Yep.
we let the chamber.
And, with you all being a member and also with me being sitting on another board, that takes care of that part of it too.
Yeah.
If that helps.
I'll sponsor it, nobody will.
We'll put that on there.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We'll talk about it next meeting and go from there.
Any more comments? Got 2 people. All right, now we'll go to committee reports. Admin and finance, you've got the budget update in there. The good news is we're about halfway through our fiscal year, and we're about halfway on the revenue, we're about halfway on the expenses. It looked like water sewer had a nice, a decent variance in there because the sewer is finally covering its own costs barely, but I think $1,000 for the good, and forever it's been subsidized by water, so, I think that some of the adjustments we've made may have actually got us where we need to go, so, that's good news. Cash on hand is a little thin, but we do still have the 2 CDs. The Fund 20 has got 25,000, and the water meter one's got 50. Have those renewed yet?
They, somebody,
The Fund 20, we've still got about 90,000. Isn't that bill 89 in June is on this building?
it's half, it's 44,000.
Okay, so we can almost either, with the board's approval in June, we can either do a double, up on our principal, on trying to get this paid down a little more, or the other would be to get another CD. And one of the things when we were talking about the wastewater treatment plant was using some of the excess Fund 20 money to subsidize that in the long run, so we didn't have to do a bond issue. So, don't need an answer tonight, but that'd be something to kind of chew on, whether to work on getting the building down. And I didn't put that on there tonight, but I think we're just, what, 900,000 or something that we owe on this building right now?
Yeah.
I mean, it comes down, but it doesn't come down quickly relative to what we're paying, so. I mean, interest on, I think our rate's 2 3/4 or something like that, but on $1 million, it's still a pretty good chunk. But I'd like to think about for next meeting, is either, do we buy another $50,000 CD for Fund 20? Last I looked, they're bringing about 4.2, 4.3 at Central Bank, and we could do a 7-month one. Or the other one, like I say, because we are starting, you saw that bill in there for the reed beds, we're starting to get some bills coming through on that wastewater treatment upgrades, so that's the other choice. But that's pretty much the extent of the admin and finance meeting or update. Public health and safety.
We had another busy month, 44 summons, 119 calls. I gotta write this in old man. I can't see. 36 reports. I heard that, Jimmy. 11 warrant arrests, and we filed another 8 state charges. The other thing we've got is our 2 new officers are almost done with their training, so they'll be out on the road on their own. I think 2 weeks.
Awesome. Did you ever come up with anything as far as that Southern Lumber and the runoff? Did you find anything? No, I'm talking to Joe. Public health and safety, that's why.
About what now?
Runoff from the lumber place.
You talking about the treatment plant?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
were,
we,
you were
grabbed
concerned.
this-
You were concerned that there might be.
Yeah, we, as you know, they got straight access to our pit, so it comes straight into it. So we was able to get a sample collected, and we took it to the lab, and they're trying to see what is in it. We asked them to do two tests. One, to see if they can survive in that water, and 2, to see what it is, because we know it's got to be some kind of arsenic chemical that they put in to treat the wood. Bob Summers and Jack went and actually took a tour, and they do have a tank that they put all the chemicals in, and they are supposed to haul it off, and basically haul off, but we don't know for fact. So once we get the results back,
You'll
that's
know.
when we can know, yeah, it's still, and we can do something about it.
Do you have any idea when that might be?
They still working on it. We dropped it off Tuesday, the results off Tuesday to the final lab. As soon as they get it, they're just gonna give us the results as soon as they can.
Do we have any cameras down there, President? I thought at one point we had a couple cameras. Have we upgraded anything? Or-
Yeah, we got cameras down there, but that's just mainly towards the front gate and the fire pits and around the building itself. So we may be looking at, like I said, some kind of action if it's the children, they are the cause of it. And what, also I talked to Bob, and she brought up to me, which is a good idea, is it costs us, we had to get another shipment of bugs from Blue Springs. When I say bug, it's sludge.
Yeah.
And they charged us, like, Blue Springs don't charge us nothing for the sludge, but we had to call Crowder to haul it for us. And he charges a couple $1,000s to haul the sludge in for us, so we gotta get 10 truckloads, tank loads of it.
If it,
And so if it is them, we're gonna charge that back to them also.
if it's not them, is there a way of finding out where?
But it's slowly, you have to chase it out throughout the system.
Okay.
But like I said, Bob's been doing it for 40 years, and it just happened in a 2-3 day period. So it was a big dump. It wasn't just somebody pouring some chemicals down a toilet and finally made its way to the treatment. It was some big,
Yeah.
a lot of it came through at
Yeah.
one quick time, so that's the only logical source right now.
What it do to us?
But the plant's still running, it's just killed all the bugs that are designed to eat it and break it
Yeah.
down, so.
Does
it's
it
just-
take a while?
We're not getting the sellability like we
Did
was.
it take a while to build that back up, or? no?
Well, that's what I said, we put 60,000 gallons of sludge into our digester, and hopefully in the next couple of days, it'll take off the heat and all that, because these bugs, they've already got the sludge, already got the bugs in it, so.
Okay.
I'll keep you guys warm, as we go more.
Thank you.
Mark Board.
We finished up with our Easter event, started working on our fireworks event. We almost have things finalized on it, and being busy down there.
Very good. I heard the Easter event was well received.
Yes, despite the weather, a lot of people still showed, so it went well.
I noticed the park was mowed. Did you guys mow that, or did the city mow that?
For the Easter event,
Well, I noticed it wasn't mowed before, and then it all got mowed, and it,
City voted.
city mowed it. Just wanted to see how it got mowed. Thanks.
Planning and zoning.
Nothing right now. Looks like we've got a meeting in July. It'll be our next meeting.
Public Works. You got in your.
Yeah, I got with the public screening yesterday, got that report put out, we're gonna start doing that at every, at every study session meeting, so.
Sorry, I guess I asked the question that's wrong.
No, that's all right, you're good. I mean, I ain't got to pull it from me right now, but, you guys have any questions, I basically just broke it down, and that's what it's gonna, I will provide it at each business session.
I mean, as bad as it is, it's not, I mean, if we've got 1,000 rooftops, we've got about 300 of them that are not reading, so we got about a third of the meters that are, a third of the houses, a third of the customers that are having problems.
Yeah.
So, and we talk about it is, we can't get Zinner or whoever here soon, but B2 at the very least, I mean, if we got 300, can we read 150 this month, and then read the other 150 next month, so everybody's getting a hard read
Yeah.
every other month, so that they don't end up like this lady
Yeah.
with a big catch-up.
Well, like I said, the big thing, we get that tablet, I already got it on order, and it comes, and then my guys can start knocking out the good, the ones that are just the batteries only and stuff like that, maybe get that list broken down a lot. And like I said, Bob knows, so Bob was in the meeting with me, so he clearly understands that this is an emergent, number one priority.
Is there gonna come a point where if this just continues to drag out, that we have Mr. Meyer write them a very strongly worded letter?
We can, sad part is they've got our money.
Yeah, I know that.
Doesn't Lexington already have a lawsuit against us?
I don't know if they're suing them, but I know that they've had similar challenges with them as well, so. Yeah, I mean, we can, I don't know. For $500, maybe we'll get something. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it.
It's just been, this has been going on for so long, it's excuse after excuse from the company.
Yeah, I think we're outside of on some of these, we're getting outside of the life on the warranties and stuff, so I don't know that we have a long report. Anything else, Joe, on Public Works?
Nope.
Fairs and festivals. See the fairs and festivals. We have no old business. Next up was bill number 2502, ordinance number 1097, an ordinance of the city of Buckner, Missouri authorizing the mayor to execute the notice of termination of lease agreement and quitclaim deed for certain property located in the city of Buckner. We suspend the rules.
I need motion approved, then motion to read it again, motion to approve and suspend rules, yeah. Motion to approve the first reading, and a motion to suspend rules to allow for a second reading.
So is there a motion to approve the first reading?
Yes, move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Right. Now, the motion to suspend the rules.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Second reading, bill number 2502, ordinance number 1097, ordinance of the city of Buckner, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to execute the notice of termination of lease agreement and quitclaim deed for certain property located in the city of Buckner. This is the.
Motion to approve, then do roll call vote.
Okay. Motion to approve. Well, don't they want to know what it is?
Oh, yeah, you would
Maybe you all know, you read and you know what this is about, but the lumber, beam lumber, 2008, I believe it was, they did a deal where we leased that to them and they made that pilot, the payment in lieu of taxes, so it was not on our tax rolls, and they paid us $75,000. Well, they didn't pay us, they gave us $75,000 to parcel out to all the people so the school district, the fire district, the library, what have you. So at the end of the 25-year or 17 years or however many years, we're there, however long it was, it's now. So this would give that title to them, and that would then make this eligible to go on the tax rolls. So going forward, they would be taxed like any other entity, which I think for us is going to be a good thing, because of that 75,000, I think if we got 1,500 or something,
Yeah.
it was a good year, so it would be good, a good thing, so. That being the case, if you approve, we take a motion to approve. Oh, we gotta do a roll call.
Well, motion to the second reading, then roll call.
Oh, okay, motion to approve the second reading.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Roll
Oh,
call.
roll call. Alderman Jones?
Aye.
Alderman Fry?
Aye.
Alderman Lockhart?
Aye.
Alderman Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you. Consideration and possible action regarding changes to the food truck ordinance. It was brought up, I think, a couple meetings ago. The two things that kind of resonated with me was we just kind of started looking at the anticipated volume and the fact that we don't take sales tax off of that. Got me looking at the rate, and my thought was, could we go with a quarterly permit instead of an annual permit? So, and from an enforcement standpoint, Mr. Norris has brought up, if we just had it in, March, June, September, December, whatever 90 days is basically. And just that way, if there's somebody and they're killing it and they're really wanting to do it, they'll re-up that permit. And if it's not, it's not. But if we do, I would like to suggest that it be $250 a quarter. And so if they're doing it, they're probably not gonna do it for 4 quarters a year anyhow. But if they did, that should more than offset what they were paying us in sales tax if they actually collected that, so.
So pretty much they're paying what again here?
I'm sorry.
What are they paying annual now?
Right now, it's $100 a year. So, so we don't have that many of them, and so I think they're paying $100 and they're coming here once or twice for the festival in the fall or what have you. So my guess is yeah, it's gonna double up on them. But I think what we're losing on the other side, and again, it's not, that's my suggestion. I mean, we could do $100 a quarter or something, it'd be more than good now, but that was just kind of looking at if they were breaking in. I think when I did that, I think it was that they were collecting like $3,500 a week or something. So, yes, sir.
How would that affect what goes on in the park for 4th of July, where right now the vendors pay the park board to come down and participate, but they don't have to have the city permit? Is that gonna cause us to lose some of those vendors maybe, or would that?
No, because the only thing that was different was the price and the length of the permit. So if they weren't required to get a permit before, I don't know, that this wouldn't change that. I don't know. And I'd have to read back through the ordinance again.
So I think there was something in the ordinance about special events.
I'll say,
Okay.
special
I'm
events.
scrolling through now.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have said
I
that.
just hate to make it to where those people have to pay double or triple what they're used to paying, you know, and then all of a sudden, that costs them $350 to show up rather than $100.
Yeah, 245.130 special events and
Yeah.
festivals.
Okay,
We haven't changed as far as the,
yeah.
where they can, we didn't change that ordinance as far as where they can.
No, I mean, the only changes that's
Okay.
been proposed is what you just heard.
Okay.
Say 245.130 doesn't mention.
So that wouldn't make them, that wouldn't require them to get a permit, city permit to come to the park for the one-time
No, it says
events?
there could be up to 4 special event permits issued
Okay.
for.
Thank you.
Any thoughts?
I was trying to find the cost on here. Did you say it was 100?
Yeah, it's on 245.04 or 050 A number 1 or A sub 5.
Okay, you're right. There it is.
And again, if it's a conceptual, we can always vote next meeting if you want to chew on it some more.
Yeah, we have time. And the designation, where was it, where it was permitted? and not permitted?
So I was trying to find.
Hold on, it's in here.
Are you thinking of 245.070 vending districts?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to. Can't be within 200 feet of a restaurant. And then there was something about the Hudson,
That's what I thought.
I think it's 080.
there we go. The Hudson District. Now, as defined by that, that's Hudson to Madison, north, to Lake City, to the south, to Central. Okay, so the parking lot that we own, the city owns, at the corner up here, next to the laundromat, is in that zone. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause it's between Central and it's north of Lake City and south of Madison.
So I'm trying to,
That was especially, I think you're thinking about special events.
well, I mean, that's where they usually have them, but if the ordinance already says you can't be within 200 feet of a restaurant,
But then there's another ordinance in here that says as far as special events and festivals. you can't.
right, but I'm saying if that's there, why do we need that whole Hudson district? If we're protecting the restaurants, what's the point of making it even larger?
Well, the point is to keep away from the brick and mortar restaurants, except for festivals.
Right, but I'm saying that part of the ordinance already says you can't
If
be
you give you 200 feet, that's what
with
it's
200
saying.
feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so why did we make it even larger beyond that 200 feet?
Good
It
question.
doesn't make sense to me.
I got you. So it's kind of like,
I think the question was at one time the bank or somebody was talking about maybe having I don't know what it was, like a fish truck or something.
Yeah.
And so I think that was to allow them to get the special use permit or whatever would be on Hudson Street, but that would be beyond 200 feet from
From the closest restaurant.
eating establishment.
Right. And, you know, the Hudson Room serves food. So 200 feet from there,
Yeah, pretty much taking it down to the corner.
yeah. I know on occasion, the wellness place down here wants to do a food truck on occasion. And I would think they'd probably be in that 200-foot encompassed area there. So they'd have to have a special permit to do that.
special event.
I was gonna say if it was, you know,
Special event.
the festival or something like that, I don't know that.
Well, they had some outside the festival, or they wanted to outside the festival last year, if I recall.
I don't know that it said that there was a special waiver. But they're not allowed to obstruct the sidewalks and
Right.
such, so it's gonna create challenges to have in
could have parked it around the corner. There at the end of the sidewalk. And down a little bit.
Yes, we're over by the old city hall.
Yeah.
So is there,
So,
so is the ask would be to,
well, I was just,
245,080.
well, let's see, 245,080. Yeah, the B, 245,080 sub B, I think we could, and well, basically 245,080 can just go bye-bye.
I'd like to put this on hold so I can look at it longer. Table it, yeah, thank you.
All right. That will then take us to presentation on the wall that heals.
Short and sweet.
The way we like it.
I just want to give you all an update on what's been going on and kind of where we're at with it.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is a consolidated version of about 200 pages.
Thank you for
That we've got.
consolidating.
Yes, Scott Sherfield.
You must know my attention span.
Yeah, right. Okay, as we know, the wall's gonna be here in the last week of July. We're having the escort that starts in Odessa. We got the Odessa Speedway, I-70 Speedway to set up our trailer there. We've got over 200 motorcycles. I mean, it's gonna be a super cool escort, led by a helicopter coming down I-70, going through Blue Springs, around by Fort Osage, and then coming down 24 Highway into Buckner.
Who's copter?
I'm sorry?
Who's copter?
I'm gonna buy one here for you.
Next one, you guys.
Jared Sisk. Yep. He's wanting to be part of it, so that'll be cool to, that's only been done one other time with the Wall of Heels where they had a helicopter escort, so it'll be kind of cool to have that. But, I really want, if you guys can help advocate for me a little bit for the wall, we need volunteers. Right now, we're sitting at 30%, which they're happy with. They're liking it. We are at 30%. We have that many already. So that's really good. Whenever the wall shows up, though, we need 50 plus volunteers for the setup, and then we need 50 plus volunteers for takedown. So there's gonna be a lot of need that people with all kinds of abilities can do. One of them sitting at a table, being at the volunteer table, just kind of telling people, yeah, go to the wall over here, this guy will help you do this. So we're gonna have a lot of different things that people can do to help. The other thing is, we've got some really cool ceremonies that'll be going on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. That's one of them that everybody needs to really try to be at. They're gonna have the Celtic bagpipes and drums there. And then Doc Golden, anybody that knows him, he's a veteran over in Blue Springs that is just huge with the Vietnam veteran stuff. While they're playing the bagpipes in the background, this guy comes up and talks about Vietnam from 1957 through 1975. He gives the whole history of Vietnam, what it was about. It's moving, touching, it's really something awesome to see. With all that being said, you can see the gist of the information. Get a hold of me if you have any questions or anything. And to wrap it up, who would come to a meeting like this and not want money? Now, if you all would like to be part of the sponsorship and do something with it, I'd love to have it. I'd love to put it with it. This event, our big events here in town cost us, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. This event is costing over $25,000. I've already raised the money. It costs $12,000 just to get the wall here. We've raised that money plus a fair bit, but we still need money. So if Buckner would like to sponsor part of it, if you'd like to sponsor part of it this month, and then maybe some in July or something, break it up over a few months, whatever, but that's just something to put in your all's ear. You all can talk about it and see what you want to do with that. But it really is coming together good, and I'm 30 minutes late to my next meeting right now. I've got to be up at 291 and 40 Highway by 6:30, so I'm going to have to turn it fast.
You better get the way
Better
back.
get
Yeah,
that.
you gotta get it fast there.
We're gonna go to that, but I really want to give you all an update though, and let you know what's going on with it. And this gives you a little more information, it's tangible, you can hang on to it, spread the word, 'cause that's what we need more than anything.
All right.
And we do have a website, the Facebook page, The Wall That Heals Buckner Mow 2025. That is our website also. The Wall That Heals Buckner Mow 2025. And they're both really cool pages. We've had some people help us with them and they've done an excellent job. We hired it out. I mean, we paid for the website. It's a good website. There is a sign-up sheet on there. You go in for the volunteer stuff. So talk to people and say, hey, get on there and sign up. So it's awesome. Thanks a
The web
lot.
addresses are on the back of the paper,
Yeah.
the trifold.
Yep,
Thank you, Tony.
yep, you bet. Thank you guys. And I'll see y'all, see you in a couple weeks. We'll come back, we'll talk about the other deal, but I do really appreciate it. Thank you all for, park board, everybody, for letting us have it in the park, and it's gonna be a good event. So, thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll see you all later. We gotta hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think so that we get it on the agenda. I don't know, there was no specific number. It looks like we could probably afford 1,500.
That's kind of what he talked to me about earlier, just for starters. He said maybe some more later, but he said just, that was his number.
Yeah, put it on the agenda for next time.
Yeah, that way I get, got it. That way anybody that wants to see it, we're not just railroading it through.
Right.
Yep, agreed.
Otherwise, thank you all for your time this evening. Thank you, Gary, for letting us have a meeting tonight.
Speech.
Don't want to abuse them. Anybody quits, we're in trouble, so I gotta keep you all happy. So, I don't have anything else. Does anyone try to take a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you.
You should adjourn.